Hey there, people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the principles of chess, the basic principles of chess. I'm going to break it down into a bunch of principles per video, so you don't have to watch a video for, for 1 hour or so. Um, I'm going to be making this video with the mindset that you already know the moves of the game of chess. If you don't know the moves of the pieces in the game of chess, and you don't know the basic rules of the game of chess, I have provided a video for you in the first two videos, sorry, of this series. So you can do well to look at it. I'm going to drop the link up here in the description. No, not in the description, up here, just up here. Yeah, so without further ado and without wasting your time, we're going to go and dive right in. Okay, so the first principle we're going to be looking at is uh develop your pieces towards the center. Hmm? So let's assume you're playing as white in this position. You don't want to, no one wants you to play a4 or h4 or even g4 or even b4, yeah, even f4. I'll tell you why f4 is not. But okay, if you look at the board now, first of all you have to identify your centers, right? So these four squares are mostly the squares that are described as a center in the game of chess. So if you move your pawn to a4, your pawn, since your pawn can only attack diagonally, your pawn can only attack this square, right? Your pawn can only attack this square. If you move your pawn to h4, your pawn can only attack this square, so you have no business with the center. Even if the same thing happens for b4 as well, your pawn can only attack these two squares and these squares, right? But if you move your pawn to c4, d4, e4, f4, you see now your pawns can attack all of these squares, right? Because this can attack this and this can attack this and this can attack this and this, and like that. So you want to always move your pieces towards the center. Now when I say move your pieces towards the center, I don't mean move just your pawns towards the center. You have to also move your knights towards the center. um don't move your knights to the rim of the board. There's a chess principle that says um a knight at the rim is dim. So it means if you move your knight to the edge of the board, your knight doesn't really have a lot of squares again, right? So you want to move your knight to the center of the board, where from here to have like a lot of other squares to move to, sorry, like this, right? So always try to move your pieces towards the center. And you also know that the knight is a short range piece. It can't really move very far from where it is, unlike the bishop and the rook and the queen, right? So you want to always move your knight to the place on the board where there is a lot of activity going on, right? So let's say white plays this, and let me just play something that does not attack the center with black, and then white does this, and then black plays this, and white brings their knight to the center of the board, and white just keeps on playing something that does not have to do with the center, and white keeps on developing as usual, and black just plays rubbish. And then okay, and then let's say white plays this. Now I'm going to turn on the analysis, and then you see that white is going to automatically be winning in this position. As you can see here, this is already a winning game for white, just because white has their pieces in the center of the board and developed. Black has just two pieces developed, and then they're not even to the center of the board, right? So the pieces are equal. If you look at the board the pieces are equal. There's 8 pawns on the board. There are 8 minor pieces. Sorry, is it eight? Yes, no, yes, no. There are 4 minor pieces, 2 rooks, 1 queen for each side of the board, and then still white is still winning. So you see, you don't want to put your pieces at the edge of the board. You don't want to develop your pieces. There's a way you develop your pieces towards the center, right? That won't allow your opponent to gain control of the center. Another way to put this principle is always try to gain control of the center. Now you see that this knight is already taking control of this square as well as the bishop, right? This knight taking control of this square as well as this pawn taking taking control of this square. So you can see how all of white's pieces are working hand in hand to make sure that they control the center, whereas black's pieces are just, I don't know what they are doing. So you see, always try to control the center. This is the first principle that I want to teach you in the game of chess, right? So the second principle that you want to know is try not to move your pieces more than once. Don't move a piece more than once in the beginning, right? And okay, before I move to that principle now, there's an order for moving. There's a let's say a basic order for moving your pieces in the game of chess. If you look at how I develop my pieces, I move my knights first, right, and then I move my bishop. That is the basic order. That's how you should want to move your pieces or develop your pieces in the game of chess. So you don't want to start by developing your queen. So if you develop your queen, now you're blocking the other places for the other pieces to move. And why I'm bringing the queen to this square is because you don't there's a principle also. I will talk about it in the next video, but let me just give you the highlights. You don't want to move your queen to to attack while there are a lot of pieces or a lot of your pieces at home already, right? You want to bring out all your pieces first, bring out your bishops, castle, and then you bring out your queen to connect your rooks. That is how the order of development should be in the game of chess. Right, now back to our second principle. Do not move your pieces more than once in the opening. This also means do not place your pieces on squares where you know they will be attacked in the opening, because when they are attacked you have to move them back. Okay, let's say for example, now white plays e4, black plays e5, white plays knight to f3 attacking the pawn, black defends knight to c6, and white plays, let's say white plays d3, and then so let me turn off the analysis for now, and then black plays this, and then okay, let's assume white wants to attack this pawn. Let's bring the knight and bring the queen, which is typical for the beginner level. And then let's assume black plays knight to f5, knight to g5, sorry. So now black already has two pieces developed, white has zero pieces developed. Why are you playing knight to g5? Who do you want to go and meet in knight to g5? Black white only has one attacking piece, right? And white is trying to attack with that one piece. Or okay, if white wants to bring the queen into the game, it will be slow. Why? Because black can just play h6, right? So what you want to do in this position, instead of playing just knight to, you can develop your pieces, develop your bishop, castle, and look forward to pushing f4. When you push f4, now you'll be able to open up the rank, because now your rook will be on f1 and then you'll be attacking this pawn, right? Because there's no way you can attack the f7 pawn with just your knight, or by bringing, you can't even bring your queen, because after you bring your knight to g5, black is not going to just stand there and be looking at you. Black will just play h6 and then you have to move back home. So if you look at this, if you look at the analysis board now, it's already saying that black is having an advantage in this position because of the move knight to f6, right? So you should be very mindful of moving your pieces in the opening. You can play moves like knight to c3, bring out your bishops. You can even bring your bishop to attack the bishop on c5, and then you exchange, right? And then you castle. If you exchange self, your pawn is going to move to this square, and then your f5 is going to be open for it to castle. So you see, don't place your pieces on squares that will be attacked by the opposing piece. That is principle number 2, right? So principle number 1, attack and move your pieces, develop towards the center. Number 2, do not place your pieces on squares that will be attacked, or do not move your pieces more than once in the opening. Try to, each move in the opening matters. You should try to make each move to be a developing move in the center or to the board or to your game. Now, so the third principle, try to castle early. This is a very very important principle that most beginners do not take note of, and it's and then they lose their game because their king is in the center of the board, right? So I'm going to show you a game, a Vienna game. I played the Vienna game very well, so I that's where I could find something I can show you to explain why I should castle early. So this is this is the Vienna gambit. White Black accepted the gambit, and then you push e5, knight to f3, and then let's Black played. Now Black should look for how to castle, but then Black played d4, d6. I don't know why Black will play d6, and then d4, and then Black captured. Normally everybody will be tempted to capture, and then White ignored Black's capture. This is actually a line, and it is a winning line for White. And then Black captured d4, and then White castled finally. Now you see, as White has, look at, okay. First of all, Black is violating a lot of principles in the game of chess, bro. Why are you not developing your pieces? Black is supposed to develop their pieces so they can castle. Black is not even developing. Black is just moving pawns. Do not move your pawns a lot in the opening. This is a side principle. I'll also talk about it in the next video. Do not move your pieces like your pawns too much in the opening. Look at how White is just developing their pieces. Yeah, and even though Black is already up by 3 points, by 3 pawns, White is winning. Let me turn on the analysis board and you'll see that this is already having an advantage for White, right? So sometimes pieces don't matter. So now Black captured, and I'm going to turn on the analysis again, and you see that this is completely winning for White, right? So let's see how White can win this game. So White has one move. Bishop takes on f7. Now White is using the privilege that Black forgot or refused to castle, and Black has no developed piece. White is the only piece that is developed here, and if you can see very well, there is a something. There's the two queens are facing each other, which means the Black king cannot even move to the square. Which means if Bishop captures, Black only has two moves. Either king captures. Okay, if White captures the f7 pawn, Black can either capture or move. And if Black moves here, oh my god, this is going to be brutal for Black. So let's say Bishop captures, and the king's best move is to capture with the king, and then lose the queen. You see? So always try to develop your pieces. Always try to castle early. Don't move your pawns too much in the opening. Don't just be picking up pawns and allowing White to um to be developing their pieces. Let me show you another. There's this gambit, the Danish gambit, where White just sacrifices everything. And if you look at this position now, it's not completely winning. It's not even. I think that, okay, this is winning for Black, but if you can see, the advantage is not very much. Why? Because Black has um a lot of and White has a lot of developed pieces already on the board. You see, White just needs to bring out the knight and then castle. Black still has a lot of work to do on their development, right? So this is to show you that developing your pieces really matters a lot in the opening in the game of chess. Yeah, if you don't believe me, you can go and play Go or Shogi. Yeah, so that is the third principle in the game of chess, right? Always try to castle very early. I think the guiding principle for that is you should castle before the move of the 10th move. Yeah, I think it's the 10th move. And then yeah, yeah. Then the fourth principle now. I'm going to give you 5 principles and then we're done for this video. So the fourth principle now. Always consider your opponent's move before making your own. Hmm? Let's say White played this, Black played this, White played this. Or let me show you the scholars mate opening. White played this, and then Black is just, I don't know, Black is trying to bring out their rook, which is not even correct because the bishop is going to take the rook because Black is a beginner. and then let's say white played this. Now, when you already move to go to move 3 and above, you should start considering your opponent's move. Why did my opponent play this? Right? We all know that it's obvious that the opponent played bishop here just to develop the bishop to the center of the board and gain more space in the center, right? But now the bishop and the your opponent played queen to queen to okay after h6 queen to after a5 queen to f3, and then you are continuing with your plan. You just move out your rook. Let's say black just played this. This is first of all, this is not an this is not a game you should play. Please don't play this as black to anybody. So first of all, white can decide to capture, the rook and then win a piece because the bishop has more points than the rook, obviously, right? But then there's a better move for white to play here. This is called the scholar's mate, by the way. White can just play this. So black did not take note of white's last move. If black took note, why did my opponent play queen to f3? What is my opponent attacking? Then black will notice that the opponent is actually attacking the pawn on f7, which can lead to a checkmate. So rather than instead of playing rook to a6, which is a very bad move, or even any other move, apart from a move that's defensive like knight to f f6 or even queen to e7. These moves can defend the mate hanging on f7, but because black refused to consider the move, black blundered the checkmate, right? So um always take note of your opponent's last move. Ask yourself, why did my opponent play this move? What is the repercussion if I don't act on this move? Right, respect your opponent's move. Although you don't need to respect your opponent's move every time. As you advance in chess, there are some times that you just that this move is not correct, so you go on with your plan. But most of the times, you want to respect your opponent's move to know why he played a particular move, right? So that's that about that for the fourth principle, and then for the last principle, finally, exchange pieces only if it helps your development, right? And not only your development, even your game. You can't exchange. For example, now I can't intentionally bring my rook. Bring my rook to after queen to f3. I can't even if you forget about the checkmates here, and I can't bring my rook to exchange with the bishop. But that is just very bad. The rook has 6 points. The bishop has 4 points, or 3 points rather. The knight has 3 points as well. The king has infinite points. That means if you lose the king, you have lost the game. The queen has 9 points. The pawns have 1 point each. So you want to be very specific. You want to be very skeptical and careful on the kind of exchanges you make, right? So let me bring up something on the board now. So this is a game. This is the game played by white and black. I don't know who played the game, but this is a game. So this is a Vienna game as usual, and then just say black decided to develop their pieces in this one, right? And then this is a line from the Halloween's Gambit though. I don't know. Yeah, this is a line from the Halloween's Gambit, I'm sure. So this is just a normal typical game. Black is still moving his pawns anyhow, and this is winning for white actually. Let me turn up the board, the analysis board. You see that this is winning, right? This is winning for white. Now I know this looks very normal to you. Bishop captures, queen capture. This looks normal to you, right? So let me turn on the analysis board. You see that now white has okay. This is dangling between who is winning between white and black. But just 2 moves ago, white was already having a very big advantage on the board because white had their pieces developed already. Black had a lot of pawns in the front, which made them to be a liability, right? So, but white decided to capture, and then this is already winning. Okay, now black has the advantage. So why black has an advantage is the bishop, right? The bishop is a very strong bishop. Is a good bishop. The bishop is pinning the knight to both the queen and the king now. So I mean, this knight cannot move for any reason, right? So picking the knight, that means this knight, okay, this knight cannot move for any reason, and also this knight is a bad knight automatically. So by picking the knight now, you are trading off a very good piece for a bad piece, which means now, and then if you trade off your bishop for black's knight, you now notice that nothing's happening for you again. I mean, your knights are already they are at home. You have to start developing and bringing out your bishop again to the game, right? So, but your bishop is already doing well attacking and putting pressure on black's position. So there is no point of attack of capturing or exchanging the white bishop. And this is a very, in fact, this is one of the most ignored principles by beginners. And if you take note of this principle very well, then you will find out that your games are going to be very much better, right? So um you should try to look at the game, try to look at the position, try to know which of your pieces are good, which of your pieces should you exchange. There are positions where you will want to exchange your bad pieces for your opponent's good pieces. Like in this position now, black will be very happy to exchange the knight for the bishop, right? Black cannot force white to exchange. This is not checkers that you have to take a piece. So the only thing black can do is to chase the bishop away, and if white decides to pick, then fine. But black actually wants white to pick, and white should not want to pick, right? Because it's bad for the position. So as you can see in the analysis board, I'm not the one that put it there. White picked, and then the game was already leveled, and then black even had a slight advantage, right? So it is not a significant advantage, but it's an advantage for black now. So yeah, so fine. So these are the 5 principles for this video that I want to share with you. And if you have any comments, you can do it to tell me in the comment section down below. I'm going to be dropping, there's a chess.com has an article on the 64, there are 64 principles of chess according to chess.com. So I will drop the link in the description box down below. Please try and follow my videos and like my videos, so that I can be able to drop links for you to click on without stressing yourself to copy and paste in your address bar. So what I will what I will do is I will paste the link in the description box down below. And if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions for me, if you want me to give you a content on something, you can do well to drop it in the box down below. If you like my video, please do well to hit the like button. If you don't like my video, please do well to hit the like button still. Yeah, because people like my video, so like it on their behalf. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I'm sorry I've not been actually been uh, consistent, but I will be consistent from today, don't worry. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. My name remains Emmanuel Begati Chess. I'll see you in the next video, and it will not be longer like this, hopefully. Thank you very much. Do have a nice day.